I'm Bob of the BNS Awesome Podcast, here after a brief hiatus.
And I'm just a guy.
His name's Scott.
There you go.
If you're a regular listener, you probably knew that. Spoilers!
Spoilers, if you knew my voice, you might know me. Dun, dun, dun.
Today's episode will be somewhat spoiler heavy in the front end, also full of opinions and not facts.
And brought to you by the letter G.
How's those sponsor deals coming, Scott?
Not good, Bob. Not good.
All right. So we're going to talk about a movie that I've seen 3 times, and I'll probably see a couple more times before it's out of the theaters.
Okay. Do you want to talk about some E3 stuff first?
Fine. Before we get into spoilers, Scott can ramble on.
Some interesting stuff.
Ooh, I want to ramble on about stuff too, but you can go first.
Yes. Some interesting stuff, though. They came out with a singular pass. I think it's $16 a month for Xbox Game Pass, Xbox, the computer one. They got a computer Game Pass too. And your monthly subscription for $16.99. And if you do it now, you'll have it. I think you pay $1 for your 1 month. How does it go? So if you pay $1 for 1 month of this new subscription, it doesn't start until the end of your subscription that you already have. So if you already have Xbox Live, you have the Game Pass and everything for $1 till the end of your subscription's up. So I think I got 10 months, 11 months. So I get 11 months of it for free. So that was just announced, and they released it the other day on the E3 stage. So I thought that was kind of cool. What else is there? Cyberpunk 2077. Have you been watching that at all?
All I know is it has Keanu Reeves in it, and everybody's losing their shit.
He's so good. It's so awesome. There's this moment when he walks out on stage, and he's like, you got, or somebody yells out, he's like, you're awesome, or you're amazing, or something, and he's like, you're amazing. Everybody here is amazing. That's right.
He's pretty based.
Whoa. Keanu Reeves is fucking amazing. So, what else was there? They announced a lot of garbage, too, though.
Speaking of things you consider garbage.
Lego Forza 4.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Please, Wildstyle, let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
No, what?
Yeah.
Lego Forza 4.
Yeah, you know what Forza is.
Yeah, I know, the racing.
Yeah, so they announced Lego stuff for it. I was like, that sounds fucking stupid as fuck.
There's very few round Lego pieces, so how's that going to work? Are you going to build your own car to bricks?
I don't know. They fucking brought out like a McLaren built with Lego, and they're like, guess what? Lego and Forza. And everybody kind of went, what the fuck?
That would be my natural reaction.
Yeah, it was really weird.
You know what else is coming out in September?
What?
Destiny 2 Shadowkeep.
Oh, fuck. Don't even get me started on Destiny.
Okay, they're changing Destiny. It's going to have crossplay, and now that EA's out of that deal, I think things will be better. So maybe you guys will come back to me.
Okay. Also, they're making it free to play.
Yep.
Also, they're not are they giving anybody, like, if you have purchased it already, are they giving you anything?
Who knows? They're going to give me a shader that says, hi, I'm stupid, and it's going to have lettering on my helmet.
And then Stadia got announced. They got price points and stuff for that. Have you looked into that at all?
I've been avoiding it because I'm like, screw Google.
It's interesting. So it's
interesting.
Interesting.
Destiny 2. They got Coats McGoats back. How could you not be excited?
Coats back? I didn't know that.
Have you watched any of the vid doc or anything?
No, I tried not. Destiny is a horrible stain on my life right now.
I hope everybody comes back with me, and you'll be like, oh, I guess Bob was right for holding out all these years.
So Stadia is $159 Canadian, and then $14.99 once a month pass.
Here's my question.
Okay.
Why?
I know. I'm sorry. So all of like the reviews that I had seen about it before, because they released like something similar. I can't remember what the hell they called it, but anyways, they released it and fucking it wasn't super stable. Like your input to
the lag was excessive.
Yeah, there was a lag issue.
It was like playing Fallout 76.
just a lag on life. Oh, they announced stuff for Fallout 76. Like NPCs. And
So they're trying to salvage this
out
garbage
today.
fire? I might have to go and log in.
I might actually log in tonight too.
I got some homework, but I can make some time.
I can do some stuff. So yeah, they announced like NPCs and stuff. Anyways, back to Stadia. Interesting though. I don't know how well it'll do. I know a lot of people, like I have a couple of dad groups I'm in on Facebook, and they're one's dads like gaming dads, and there's so many people on there like, oh my god, I bought the Xbox Stadia, or I bought the Stadia, and all this. Like it's a Founders Pass. So with the Founders Pass, you get a Chrome Ultra, a controller, 3 months for you, 3 months for a buddy. I think that's it. And you get Destiny with it.
Can we just talk about how much Chrome sucks?
It fucking really
and
does.
how much,
Maybe it's just a Canadian thing, but it sucks here.
It sucks, and I'm tired of being spied on by Google. But I still use their browser sometimes, but I'm not using the best browser of all.
Internet Explorer.
I was gonna use the Safari joke, but yeah, whatever. We'll go with Internet Explorer. How useless is, like, you got Internet Explorer and you got Edge, and they're competing against each other,
and they're ran by the same people.
I know, right?
We're like, we're better than you. No, we're better than
I saw a pretty good meme.
Yeah,
it made me
4chan?
laugh. Of course.
But
it was they had the butter serving robot from Rick and Morty, and he had the Internet Explorer logo on him. He's like, "What is my purpose?" And Rick's like, "You install Firefox." Oh my god!
No. But yeah, no. So I don't know. Stadia is interesting. I'm guessing they're gonna lower the price point of games. You still have to pay for the games, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why?
Yeah.
Is this why, like, Sony and Microsoft are kind of like, let's join together and screw all these other people out? I think that's
exactly what's happening. But, like, I understand, like, fucking being able to plug a Chromecast in your TV, have the controller, and just play, that makes it a lot more accessible for a lot of people that can't afford a $500 console like we can.
Yeah, but like you say, it's got the lag. Does it really have the requirements needed? Like, consoles are bare bone, but this is more bare bone.
I know, they were like, oh yeah, fighting games will be great on this. And I was like, you guys are fucking stupid. Nobody's going to be playing fighting games on there. Nobody. But anyways, so Destiny 2 comes free with that and all the expansions. I don't know, dude. Destiny keeps on fucking me. Like, I paid for the game, and now they're like, we're going free to play. And you get fucking nothing. Fuck you, Scott, for very fucking... I smell burnt toast.
Yeah, he's got to stroke it out, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it just fucking... Whatever. It is Destiny. So they announced more stuff for Fallout 76. NPCs. They announced... Here you go, Bob. You're gonna...
Did they announce better stability so the game's actually playable?
No. You're gonna love this. You're gonna be the first person, and you're just gonna love it. Guess. Take a wild guess. What's the last thing that Fallout 76 needs as a game mode?
I hate to guess. What is it, Scott?
Yes, you need to guess because I know you know exactly what it is. What's your favorite gaming mode?
PvP.
Okay. Plus. Oh no, it's closing in.
Oh no. No.
What's your favorite kind of game mode, Bob?
So they're aping off PlayerUnknown and PUBG.
They have a battle royale mode. Bob just died, guys. Bob literally just fucking, I don't know, his head exploded. He's convulsing on the floor.
Wow.
His head grew back. Speechless, Bob.
So...
Bob's having a stroke right now. So,
no, ever since they added hardcore mode, like, the game wasn't, at least when I was playing on any server, like, working very well. Are all these extra changes gonna work? Like, am I gonna be actually able to play the game?
You know what they said? They were like, fuck game stability. We got Battle Royale now.
So it's battle. Is there still, like, death claws in that mode or what?
I believe there is. And Scorch Beasts that come down and fucking attack people. Interesting, but Fallout doesn't need fucking Battle Royale.
Oh, that's like...
Would you play it?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, can you get any loot from it, or is it just fucking stupid?
Probably get loot from it. I don't know, maybe.
If there was some loot that you could actually like, that's the thing about those stupid games is like, you don't get any cosmetic items or any advantage for playing, do you?
No.
So what's the point of playing?
Yeah. Well, you get cosmetics. Yeah, you get like shirts and shit. That's it.
You get any cool cosmetics or just like garbage? You can't get any better weapons.
No better
Everything's
weapons.
always random.
No, random stuff. So maybe if you could get like top tier legendary gear.
A 2-shot laser musket?
1 second. Still reloading.
I'm going to kill that Scourge Beast in 1 shot.
If you didn't know, Bob is a fascination with the 1-shot laser musket.
2-shot laser musket.
Laser musket. And it takes 7 minutes to reload the fucking thing. He's like, here I come.
Yeah,
I'm a coming.
Scott and I have very different playing styles when it comes to Fallout. And Scott was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you watch this. I had everything maxed out for this gun. I had my Brotherhood Assassin character. I was like, watch this.
He shoots something, then misses. Then it takes him 7 minutes to reload.
I always go in VATS because like, it's going to be more critical. Use my special. 1-shot like everything.
Yes, he does. It's true, but whatever.
It takes literally like 6 seconds to load. Like, come on.
That would be cooler, though, right? At least if they gave you like legendary stuff.
Yeah, if you could get stuff you couldn't get in the main game, that would be a draw. But
Yeah. But NPCs are coming, which I thought was really interesting. And they
there
have
already are NPCs. They sell you stuff.
no. They have full human NPCs with character trees. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Are they gonna crawl out to the Fallout out of a vault?
Maybe. I can't remember. I didn't really pay that much attention. It was Fallout 76. I was like, no.
They didn't announce Fallout 5?
No.
Nothing towards that?
No, they should have. But I think they got enough problems right now.
We'd like to announce Fallout 5 will be multiplayer online.
We're going back to the basics with Fallout 5. And we're going to go multiplayer online all the time.
Fallout 5. It's called Fallout Battle Royale.
Yeah. So, yeah, that happened. They announced Watch Dogs 2, or Watch Dogs Legion. Oh, did you play any of the Watch Dogs series?
No, but I'm vaguely aware of them.
They're okay. I didn't mind them. Interesting mechanics. So
hacking mode.
yeah. So this will be the third one in the series, and it's set in London. Interesting.
Oi, governor, how's that interesting?
Oi, governor, you got any of that eel we can put on a toast, eh? Little to your comfort, you say?
Sorry,
I've never seen you make that face.
We have a ton of UK listeners too, so I'm sure. I'm sure they'll all love that.
Are those UK listeners the same UK game players you used to play with?
UK game players?
Yeah, remember back when everyone played Destiny, you had that UK group with you?
Oh yeah, I did too. No, different guys.
See, he can't even remember the good times of life.
The good times of
He
life.
just remembers the bad parts of Destiny.
Oh, Black Scarlet.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Black Scarlet was rad. He was a good dude. He was good to play with. Anyways, so that got announced. I'm sure that I'm missing a ton of stuff, but that's just the stuff that caught my attention so far. There's still a couple more days left, I think. 2 days left? I don't know. A week left? I don't fucking know.
We didn't get invited, and I have to work every day.
Yeah. Thanks, E3. We were really looking forward to this. So yeah, that's some interesting stuff I thought you would like to know about.
I'm going to go test it. Oh, yeah, but Destiny 2, as you know, it's going back to free-to-play,
Yeah.
and they're going back to the moon.
I heard that they're going back to the moon.
And Nokris is there, Crota's there, Oryx is there. All my favorite guys are back.
I'll come for some Croats McGoats.
I'll be like, I'm going to punch you in the face, Croats. Hey! Oh, I'll go after him with a hammer now. I don't even need my sword.
You're like, I'm a hammer, bitch. Fuck your sword.
Because remember, we used to 3 sergeants do not do the exact same attack with the hammers. Give them some burn damage.
Just jump out of the way. You'd be like, I went invisible.
They'll start teleporting again. There'll be 2 Crotas on the map again. What?
You'll be like, oh my god, okay, pull the connection on your Xbox. Okay, now everybody push him off the map. Okay, good job, guys. We totally cheesed it.
Yeah, you played. Are you going to rag on Kate again?
Nope. I didn't even mention his name. You did that.
I know, but I know the situation, so you don't have to mention the name.
You said it, Bob. Anyway, so yeah.
I told you that time I soloed Atheon, right?
Yes. Bob.
I told that time several times that I sold Crota, right?
Several times? Wasn't it like over like 1 million?
Yes.
Yes.
But it would, like, what would normally happen is I'd run through the raid, do that, get to Crota. Eric would hop on for a second, shoot 2 missiles, and then just to make things
Just
easier.
to reap the rewards.
Yeah.
That whore. You were a whore for Eric.
He was like, yeah, Crota. I was like, yep, you jump in, shoot the missiles, we get the rewards, out, raid done for the week.
Fuck.
Running the raid solo in Crota was fun.
Way easier, too. Was it not? Because you only had to worry about you. Not
Well-
fucking 19 other people.
As long as you, like, we had good groups sometimes, and it was like, I love Crota's raid. It's fast, quick, it's
Yeah.
dangerous.
We did have really good groups. Honestly, me, you, and the others that we did it run with. It was lots of those guys. Iceman was one of them. Black Scarlet, George.
Sexy Kitty,
Sexy Kitty, yeah.
Immobilize.
Immobilized. Man, we had Immobilized, and what was his son's name?
No, Mobilize is that, you know.
Oh. What? But there was the dad and son, too.
Yes.
It was good. I loved playing with those guys.
Phenom John.
Phenom John, yeah. So, yeah. No, good times playing with them guys.
Iceman. Iceman still plays.
Good old Iceman. Yeah.
We never play the same because he's joined a different clan now.
But he was one of us at one point in time. Anyways, we're rambling on about fucking random people that you guys have no clue who they are.
No, but this is what Destiny used to be, and that's what I'm hoping he gets back to with EA
would
out of
be
the
nice.
picture.
It would be nice with EA out of the picture. We'll see.
I'd like to go back to the moon and just have some good times.
They also announced Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
Wah, wah.
It looks interesting. We'll see. We'll see.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Anyways, we went and saw a movie, Bob.
We did?
We did.
Was it Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
I thought it was Catzilla, King of the Kitties.
Oh, well, I guess you were sleeping through the movie. I wanted to get you to watch Ghidorah 3-Headed Monster before this, but, you know.
We just haven't had time.
It is what it is. Or we could watch, you know, the third thing of the Godzilla trilogy, watch Planet Eater, and then you'd just be like, this movie's a masterpiece compared to that.
I still love Godzilla King of Monsters.
Well,
Even after
we're gonna get
and thought about some stuff.
we're gonna get into spoilers. We're gonna talk a little bit about the plot. We're gonna talk about controversies. We're gonna talk about things we liked and we didn't like.
So do you have any other? You said you had other crap to talk about too. Are we good?
No,
with that?
we'll go right into the movie.
Okay.
And ancillary related things.
Okay, so I had a lot of fun watching this movie. Like I said, I figured I was gonna like this one better than Detective Pikachu because I didn't have as much hype for this one.
You're not a giant monster fan, are you?
Not particularly. I'll watch a good monster movie though. Like I like monster movies, not giant monster movies. So I appreciate them nonetheless.
We're getting into this again.
We're not going to get into this.
We will get into it. This is going to be a Scott and Bob disagree but agree episode.
Yeah, I have a thing for like
How do you feel about giant Toho monster movies?
much better. There, I like Pacific Rim.
That's legendary.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, which Toho is King Kong?
No, Toho is Godzilla, the Japanese company.
Oh,
all
just
those
like
guys.
Shin and.
Everything else.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're okay. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of them. I'll tell you that. I've only watched Shin, really. And what's the first?
Planet of Monsters.
Planet of Monsters.
I know you enjoyed Planet of
I
Monsters
guess
so
I'm kind
much.
of 50-50 on it now.
Yeah, you know how I feel about the animated trilogy.
Yeah.
Have I made that clear
it's a
enough that I
dumpster fire.
hate it?
Yeah, it's a fucking dumpster.
But I went and saw it in theaters, just to be fair.
In Japan, just to be fair.
Well, they didn't show it in theaters here, really, per se. So,
What were your thoughts on the movie?
if you turn your brain off, it's great. If you think about it, it's less great. But overall, I still enjoyed it.
Better than Godzilla 2008 or 2000?
1998.
There we go, 1998.
Okay, like, that's a terrible movie. It's okay in its own way, but, like,
So bad.
I would watch it above the animated trilogies.
Ooh. Yeah, probably. I like Michael Broderick.
Like,
That's only Hank Azaria too.
I'm just saying, like,
The actors are good in it. We'll go with that. The actors are good in it.
it's a terrible movie, but it's funny. at point. It has some okay scenes, and
Yeah.
like Planet Eater, if you just had to watch Planet Eater, you'd be like, wow, this is kind of boring, but it's not that bad. Hopefully the sequels get better.
And
But
they
no,
don't.
Planet Eater is like the gold standard, and the
They're
other
like,
two are
oh my
terrible.
god, it's so good. It's like a masterpiece.
And I was just like, Godzilla Planet of Monsters is the first one. It's the best one, and this is the downhill slide from there. It's like I said, I think the first one's the best, third one's second best, and the second one's just terrible because it's the first movie, only worse.
It's 3 hours of walking.
And they're like, we have Godzilla City. Nah.
Yeah. So you enjoyed King of Monsters.
I did, but like I say, I've got my qualifier of shutting your brain off to enjoy it.
Do you want to run through the synopsis?
I will.
Okay.
It's going to be short, sweet,
Run
and
through
stupid.
short, sweet, and stupid.
Okay, so 5 years since Godzilla attacked San Francisco to deal with the Mutos. There was a family, the what's their faces?
The Williams, we'll say.
The Kyle Chandlers.
The Joneses. Anyways.
No, it's not Jones. It's
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's Kyle Chandler. What's her face, and Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown, fucking amazing in this
Hey, I'm
movie.
doing a synopsis
Sorry.
over here. So anyhow, Millie Bobby Brown is amazing.
Exactly.
But no, so Monarch is aware that there are more monsters than Godzilla. They knew some of them were around since before they had the incident in 2014, but you know. So anyhow, I guess Godzilla stepped on Kyle Chandler's son. He's upset.
He's like, oh.
And they develop an orca that, you know, communicates with the monsters.
It's really cool the way they explain, like, they go through that at the start with Mothra.
Yes, well, anyhow.
Sorry.
So Mothra wakes up, they calm her down using the orca, then Charles Dance shows up and shoots everybody and kidnaps her.
Stannis Baratheon, for you Game of Thrones fans. That's right.
He's like, oh no, let's kill them all.
He kills everybody, kidnaps them, Mothra just goes and makes its cocoon. Then he's like, I'm going to release all the monsters to kill humanity, to save the planet.
That's right, Ned Stark.
I'm part of Greenpeace. I say, let those monsters go.
Yes, part of PETA also.
So then it turns out that the scientist lady, who's Millie Bobby Brown's mom, is actually part of the
Crazy.
terrorist group. And she's like, I'm going to release all the monsters. And they're going to fuck up humanity. That'll teach them.
She cray-cray.
So they release Ghidorah, and Godzilla's like, oh, fuck that. And he attacks him.
Yeah. And
And then they fly away in a plane, chasing the orca. And then they wake up Rodan. And they trick Rodan into fighting Ghidorah. And then Rodan gets his ass kicked. And then Godzilla jumps out of the water like a shark and gets Ghidorah and fights him. And then Admiral Stentz. You know what's the bad thing is? I remember all the 2014 characters' names because I enjoy them.
yeah.
Like, you got Dr. Sarazawa, Dr. Sally Hawkins, Admiral Stentz. I just know their names. Yes, these
Millie
new
Bobby Brown.
these new characters, I'm like,
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
anyhow, then Admiral Stentz was like, in the last 5 years, we've made an oxygen destroyer. You should probably leave. We've already launched it.
Everybody get the fuck out of there.
Pretty much.
It hits.
It's
It kills. Well, it doesn't. Sorry.
mortally wounds.
Mortally wounds
They think he's
Godzilla.
dead. And the Ghidorah's like, LOL, I'm an alien.
Haha, I'm a space monster, bitch.
Just he goes around his head as it got ripped off, and then he wakes
thro-
up all the monsters.
Yeah, he throws up a West Side Gang symbol. Or an M.
But he doesn't wake up all the monsters when you think about it.
No, they.
I actually want to, because I didn't bother to last time. I didn't bother reading the novelization of the book
Yeah.
But this movie, I think I might actually read the book. It's going to be terrible, but Kong is actually featured in the book more significantly.
Okay, because I was really like you see Kong in the movie because I'm a Kong. I go with Kong because I want to go against Bob. But like you just see like the back of his head a couple times. I was kind of disappointed.
But yeah, so then Ghidorah wakes up all the monsters and he's like, all right, here's the plan. Fuck everybody up.
Fuck them up.
And Rodan's like, yes, master, yes.
He's like, fuck your couch.
So Ghidorah, he summons everybody. He's like, wreck everything. And they're like, I guess he's the boss. And they start wrecking everything. Then Mothra wakes up.
Queen of the monsters.
And she goes and she flies above Kyle Chandler. And she starts talking to Godzilla. And they're like, oh my God, he's alive.
We need to go find him.
So they're like, all right, Dr. Serizawa, we gotta revive him. So they go down with a nuclear missile. They're gonna
They
launch
go
a
down
Godzilla
in a submarine.
into the hollow earth, which is flooded.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So they find this ancient civilization, which is Godzilla's house.
See, when I was looking at that, I was thinking more like Atlantis.
Well, that's the implication. But
Then say of the
they don't. Atlantis. That might not be Atlantis per se, but that implies that there could be another place that is Atlantis.
Yes. So that's Anyways, Dr. Serizawa.
So he's they get down there, the weapon systems get jammed, so he's like, all right, I'll go revive Godzilla. So he goes out, gets fried by the radiation, pets Godzilla.
He packs a
nuclear warhead.
Head.
Sets the timer, goes and talks to Godzilla, and he's like,
what's up, little buddy?
He's like, goodbye, my old friend. He's like, oh yeah, P.S. I'm gonna blow up your house. And Godzilla's like, what? And then, boom! Godzilla's pad gets blown up.
Poor Godzilla's house. He's like, oh, my pictures of my mom and dad are here. Like, fuck.
So he gets blown up, and then he wakes up, and he's like...
He's fucking mad.
He's mad, he's raging, he shoots out some fire, and then he's like, oh, look, there's Kyle Chandler. Kyle Chandler's like, uh-oh, it's nobody move.
And he's like, fuck Kyle Chandler, and steps on him, and that's the end of the movie. And we're like, yeah!
That's Scott's version of the movie.
And Miley Bobby Brown rides on Godzilla's shoulder, and she's like, yeah!
So anyhow, Millie Bobby Brown was listening to her mom... What's her...
Be a fucking psycho.
And Charles Dance.
Yeah, be a psycho.
Yeah, and
He's like, I hate that Ned Stark. I'm gonna cut off his fucking head.
So then, she steals the Orca and puts out the Alpha Waves. So all the Titans are just like, I guess, I don't know who to listen to, so I guess we'll just listen to nobody.
Yeah.
And then Ghidorah doesn't take that too well. He comes to Boston, where she's broadcasting signal, chases her around.
He's like, you got chowder.
And at about that time, Godzilla shows up, and he's also mad. He's like, screw this Ghidorah.
Oh, fuck. And that's when they should have played I'm Gonna Knock You Out. Because I was just like, but that music was still fucking dope as hell. That fight music was so nice. I was just like, woo!
So then it ends up being a battle royale between Godzilla.
Wait, what was that? That's our word of the day, battle royale.
It ends up being a fight between Godzilla,
and then, like, a ring
Mothra.
starts closing in around him.
Yes. And then at the very end, anyway.
Godzilla's the last man standing.
Yes. So Godzilla and Mothra end up fighting Rodan and Ghidorah.
Yeah, Rodan's a fucking dickhole. He's just kind of a dick. But anyways, just my one really awesome part.
Well, we're going to talk about the whole movie and other stuff.
Okay, keep
we'll
going.
be on
Sorry.
and on.
Sorry.
So they're like, oh my god, look how swole Godzilla is. And then this universe's Rick Sanchez, Mr. Rick Stanford. I remember one of his names. He was like, Godzilla's going to explode.
You're like, what?
He's like, yeah, we should probably leave. But they're like, we got to go get the Orca. And also Millie Bobby Brown for some reason.
You're like, I don't care about any of the other children about to die. But Millie Bobby Brown, she's a national treasure.
So, yep, things go sideways. Ghidorah tries his plan that I guess Lefty thought of, like, let's drop him from orbit.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't work.
Well, it fucked him up pretty good.
It fucked him up. And then he went, what is it, radioactive?
He went into burning Godzilla mode.
It was awesome.
I'm doing air quotations in case anyone doesn't.
He was glowing red and melting shit as he walked past it.
So, yeah, Godzilla went nuclear, went burning mode, and then he vaporized Ghidorah.
Fucked him up.
And then all the other monsters showed up, and he made them bow. Even the Muto, which he canonically should have just, like, curb stomped.
He should have still been fucking radioactive and just been, like, touched and melted his head. But it was weird. So all of the other fucking monsters show up, except King Kong.
Not all of them. Like, only, 3 or 4 actually show up, and we're tracking 17 and counting. Because, like, some of them are way too far away to show up.
But yeah, I was just kind of like, some of the monsters that they did show are like over in Germany and fucking over here. And it's like, well, why the fuck didn't... Honestly, they're making a movie next year. Spoilers, Godzilla Lives. Fucking called King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, like I say, so in the book...
Yep.
So Kong's just chilling on his island, and he hears Ghidorah start screaming.
Yep.
And he's like... it starts to agitate him a little bit, but then he starts to feel the ground starting to shake. because Ghidorah's waking up the skull crawlers.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, he was probably a little upset with all the skull crawlers waking up on the island.
That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, sorry if you have more. Is that
So that's basically the movie in a boring nutshell. Now we're going to compliment and criticize it to no end.
And an end of the credits scene is they have one of
Charles Dance.
Stannis Baratheon has. How the fuck do I remember that?
Does anybody even know his character's name in this movie?
Bad guy number 1. I literally don't. I've watched like 2 Game of Thrones episodes, and I just know his name's Stannis Baratheon. Anyways, at the end, yeah, he ends up finding one of Ghidorah's heads.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, you got to pay good money for this." And obviously, he's gonna kill everybody in there and fucking take the head.
He might pay for it. He's got money to burn.
True enough. So, criticizations. Let's go through criticize because I want to do the good spat at the end.
I'm gonna throw one good before I start criticizing.
Okay.
It's apparent that Michael Dougherty is a giant Godzilla fan, and that shows. So
Yeah.
he's been answering questions about his movie on Twitter.
Oh really?
For fans.
Nice.
And he loves the fan art. He loves everything. He put a lot of effort in this movie, and I can't fault him for that. That's why I say he went out of his way to make an entertaining movie. So if internal logic that I'm going to criticize about, I'm not holding it against him. Because his movie, standing alone, if you don't count it as a sequel to 2014, it's actually a pretty fun, adventurous movie.
Yeah.
It's like a Showa movie. If you look back at the Godzilla Showa movies, and also the Hezi movies, they're not like giant works of art. They're usually just fun adventures.
Yeah.
And this really goes into that vein, and I can appreciate that.
I like the adventure aspect of it.
Like 14 there was more drama involved, and it was more grounded in reality.
Yeah, it was, and this one was not.
This one,
But I think
this one takes the elements of fantastical, and it's. I'll get into my feelings about it, but overall, it's just, even though I'm going to whine about this like a whiny fanboy, I'd like to point out, I like your movie, Mr. Dougherty.
Okay, criticizations.
All right, let's get into this.
Okay, so my first one.
Oh, you're going to start?
Yes, I can start.
All right, you start, and then I'll poke holes in yours, and I'll put my own in, and then you can try to poke holes in mine.
Well, I'm sure you will school me. Anyways, there's the one part with the nuclear warhead where he goes and he sets it off and the thing. I understand that his daughter had just died.
Adopted.
His adopted daughter had just died.
Because,
he had nothing to live for.
They point out in extended material that, he pretty much adopted Sally Hawkins, trained her, raised her,
Yeah.
They have a master-daughter relationship going on.
It was just how easily they were just like, oh yeah, you go for it. You go and blow yourself up for us. Yeah, I didn't like that. I wanted to see like a little more like, oh my god, maybe you don't need to do that. Like, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to see them actually like be heartfelt about it. Because it seemed like they were just like, thumbs up, dude, have fun.
Like I say, I pointed out the reasons why. He also
I know.
He's got a big beef with Ghidorah, and the only one who's going to take down Ghidorah is Godzilla.
That is true. Okay.
So he's weighing his options.
So that
Like I said, they were pretty upset. They're in the middle of a situation. They can't like.
Okay.
Everybody's like,
your turn.
Like for me, it was less when Sally Hawkins got killed just like that. She helped Mark Russell. Mark Russell is the name of Kyle Chandler, and Mrs. Russell, because I don't know her first name, is the name of the mother, and I don't know Maddie Russell, maybe Maddie.
Anyways, Millie Bobby Brown.
Anywho, so Mark, now that I know his character's name, when he's trapped in the helicopter,
What a dumb name.
the rotocopter,
Okay.
and he was trapped in there. Sally Hawkins stays, gets him out of there, and then immediately after she saves him, Ghidorah's like, I'm going to eat her. and then he's like, oh my god, and then a missile blows up and knocks him out, and the next thing he wakes up, there's Sarazawa back in his depression, and he's all fucked up from a missile.
Yep. Oh, another complaint. And then this is just like, yeah, like we said, just complaining to complain almost. There's a part where they're going to, like, Stannis Baratheon's already down, like, they're unleashing Ghidorah. And fucking dumb guy. I don't like him. Michael Chandler?
Kyle Chandler.
I hate him. I don't know what it is, but I hate his face.
I love him.
Oh, you fucking would.
I expected him to start finding newspapers and from the next day and using that to stop the monsters.
Anyways, they get to like where they know that Stannis Baratheon is with like a group, like a whole fucking military convoy. And you know what? Not one of those fuckers go over and take the keys out of the other people's ship. They're just like, they're good. They're not going to escape, guys. Don't leave. Don't even touch the ship. They're good. Make sure it's still set up to autopilot out, too, when they get in it. It's like, are you guys fucking retarded? Surround the ship. Leave a guy in the ship. Leave fucking Harry the retard in there with a submachine gun, so when they walk in, he just goes... They're dead. They don't have to deal with Stannis Baratheon anymore.
Yeah, it's got some issues.
Anyway.
Hindsight is 2020. Okay, so is that your only complaints or you got more?
I think those are my biggest complaints.
That's all you got. That's all you got in the tank.
I would have liked to have seen the other monsters, but the other, 8 that weren't shown.
That's your only
Those
beef.
are my complaints. I really like the movie.
All right, I'll get into it.
Bob's going to tear this movie apart now.
Not tear it apart. I'm not going to say everything. I'm just going to go... Okay, go for it.
That music, again, so good.
Well, that's all based on the classic themes.
At the end? Was it?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, it was good. It was like a rock and roll fucking fiasco of awesome. I don't know how else to explain it. I love that ending part. I just like, I was digging the music. I was like, head was bobbing and everything.
All right, so my complaints... I kind of want to keep it short because I want to get into the just talking about stuff that we liked and whatnot. But, okay, so... Going into Godzilla 2014, when the Mutos are in Janjira, the one that's nesting, he absorbs all the excess radiation to the point where there's no background radiation. So because he was absorbing radiation for the environment, there's not even regular background radiation in Janjira. But in this movie, whenever Mutos like San Francisco and Las Vegas are abandoned by the amount of radiation they've put out, even though in this universe they need radiation to live, so they
couldn't suck it out of the air.
So if they were absorbing radiation constantly, they wouldn't be leaving radioactive waste.
Trail. Yeah, okay, that does make sense. So, I didn't know that. I didn't think about that, Bob. Anyways, and then.
So that's just one of the that's one of those little nitpicky things. The other nitpicky thing is Godzilla's role is the alpha.
And then no, you don't think he is the alpha?
Well, he is the alpha predator, but not that. It's just a little. I know why they did it, but it seems like a stretch that every other monster would listen to him just arbitrarily because he's the alpha.
Yeah, and they didn't really explain that in the first. Like that was never
like the
hit on.
The Mutos openly defy him because they are predators against each other. They're a parasitic force that would go against other monsters. Like in theory, the Muto, as soon as Godzilla's out of there, should have started attacking other monsters.
Yeah,
to lay its spores.
So, yeah, that doesn't make any. Well, it's not. There's no continuity there. I wouldn't say that it's.
Well, there is because it's a direct sequel.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe they were like rogue Mutos, like fucking I don't know, like
even the comic Awakening has him fighting the Muto Prime because the Muto Prime is challenging him too.
That's the other thing with alphas. There's always a fucking struggle for who is the alpha, right? So, like I said, maybe there were some rogue Mutos. And maybe the Prime was that big one that was there.
No, the Prime got killed in the comic.
Oh.
Okay. That's just another random one. It looks like it has a little more armor. So maybe it's becoming the new Muto Prime.
Yes. So there. I poked a little tiny hole in it.
The next one is this. If Godzilla was in so much trouble, this is just like nitpicking because I know the reasons why. But Godzilla's in trouble in the first movie, 2014.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's and Mothra's in this universe are very close. Mothra couldn't be like, maybe I should wake out of my cocoon and go help that guy. He seems like he's
Mothra's just like,
he seems like he's struggling against these two Muto because he's old and fat.
He's like, he needs the exercise. Mothra out.
But yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't it doesn't make much sense.
And the other one being,
But
as
was Mothra,
people have pointed it out. So
just a question though, was Mothra? Did they find her after?
they found her before, but
Sure.
in theory, she should have been able to just wake up, right?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just
But yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to poke some holes, Bob. You told me to poke holes. I'm trying to poke
Also, just it's one of those things about. This is going to bring Skull Island into it too now. So Monarch in Skull Island, Randa. That's
that guy.
He's it's John Goodman's character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, I know all the characters from the movies I like. But anywho, so when he's trying to get permission to go to Skull Island, he makes reference to the nuclear test trying to kill Godzilla, but he's not high enough on the Monarch's chain to even know
What else there is?
Godzilla's name, and that they think he's dead. Some people think he's dead, some people think he isn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, but he was like,
Yeah.
he's fairly high in charge in Monarch at that point, but he doesn't even know all the information.
Yeah, exactly. Stannis Baratheon's hold back the fucking info.
But you get that Monarch's about to be shut down for funding. Nothing's going on. Then you get to 2014. And canonically, they have other places except for they have the Muto containment in Janjira. And they've got a couple other ones they've already found.
Island.
Like at that point, that point, they already knew about Skull Island.
Wasn't there 8? Yeah, there was 8, remember? In Skull Island, they go through it on the camera or something, where they swipe through the different ones. Don't they? Isn't there 8 that they think that there is?
No, that was in King of the Monsters when they do the swiping.
Oh, okay.
But they already had Rodan. Rodan was already contained before the events of Godzilla 2014.
Yeah, in the volcano.
But they knew he was in there before anything went down.
Yeah.
So then 2014 goes down. Monarch has enough money to have a handful of containment areas. They know things. And they're like, oh, Godzilla's still alive and he's kicking. And then they get a budget increase, and now they're building like super weapons and whatnot. But they're still on the verge of being shut down. It's just I would like some consistency in my Monarch. I see where it's going, but
they're like, woohoo! Elon Musk is funding us. He's like, yeah, I just want you guys to build just like a really big flamethrower.
a flamethrower on wheels.
Hey, maybe we could just like burn some grass.
But yeah, I guess we'll see some more stuff in Skull or Kong versus Godzilla.
That's right. Hashtag Team Kong.
I imagine there'll be more Monarch stuff in that movie.
Hashtag Team Kong.
Hashtag Team Zilla.
Hashtag Zilla dies. Hashtag.
How much have I complained about?
Mothra.
Okay, more stuff to complain about. So after seeing what happened to Godzilla when he got hit by the nuke in the face, how bad do you think things would have turned out if he'd absorbed the radiation in San Francisco? Would even just like throwing mutos through the air,
like,
spurging up.
It's just like a guy that's got roid rage. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking kill everybody.
Just picking up skyscrapers and smashing them on his own head.
He just grabs a water tower, fucking bites it, just like one of those drunk people that open a beer with their mouth.
Just find some reactors and starts drinking everything.
He's just like Budweiser, king of beer.
It makes you laugh, kind of.
Yeah,
I like 2014 and I like this new one, but that's kind of it for complaints. Now we'll get into like discussions and good things, right?
Yeah. I just honestly, Millie Bobby Brown.
One more. Sorry, this is a complaint, but it's not my complaint.
Okay.
So Garrett says legendary Godzilla has tiny feet, and he's obsessed with it. He's like, tiny feet, tiny feet. Look at Godzilla. He's got cankles. How's he going to run? And I was like, he's got little tiny feet so he can sneak around. He's always hiding places.
Sneaky.
He might be just like 119 meters tall, but he's sneaky.
He's fucking nimble, like a cat.
And there's one scene, the scene where Ghidorah flies up and grabs Godzilla and starts lifting up the ground. As soon as I saw the first time in the theater, I was like, Garrett's going to watch this and he's going to say tiny feet. Because the whole scene is basically you see Godzilla's feet and legs and he starts getting pulled off the ground. I was just like, tiny feet. That's what Garrett's gonna get out of this.
Millie Bobby Brown stole the show. Wow, is she talented.
Stole it? She can't steal it from Kyle Chandler.
Fuck Kyle Chandler. I hate his face.
What do you think about Ice Cube's son? Was he not balling?
He was really good in it too. He's had some legal trouble lately, though.
He was good in the movie as an actor.
Yeah, he was good as an actor. I'll give him that. The movie all around was good. Like, there wasn't... It was hype. It was what I figured it would be. Did I not say fucking super crazy stuff right off the top? Fucking peter out in the middle? And then a big finale.
It never petered out. I don't know how you always get this.
I found it petered out in the middle. Right, like... There was, like, the long fucking wait for, like... After they air bombed him... That was where, after they did the air bomb, that was like the peter out, and then it fucking, they nuked his face.
Did you just call the oxygen destroyer an air bomb?
I totally did. Anyways, and then they nuked his face, and then it was like, whoa, fuck, motherfucker's getting fucked up now. I don't know. That was just my thoughts, so.
So, okay, we'll go with this. What were your favorite parts of the movie? And how do they compare to other entries in the series?
So one of my favorite parts, Ghidorah popping out of the volcano, or not Ghidorah, sorry, Rodan popping out of the volcano, looked really cool. I like the fire, like, Rodan's a fucking piece of shit, but him coming out was pretty cool. That, and then Mothra's wings. Mothra's wings were fucking tight. And then the very end, the music with fucking Godzilla being nuclear. Actually, Godzilla being nuclear with the hype music was probably my favorite. By a mile almost. Why? What was yours, Bob?
I have a bunch, but I'm going to compare them to other movies too. So, one of the iconic scenes in 2014 is, there's a couple, but the one that's pretty iconic is the Halo jump.
Okay.
You can't say that's not iconic. Have you seen that ever in a movie? You can't even remember the Halo jump.
No, I'm just trying to remember it. What the hell happens in the Halo jump? Is that where he jumps? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick pause and we'll get right back.
Okay, so we just watched the Halo jump.
Yes.
And
Okay.
So I understand what you mean, though. It doesn't really have a moment like that, does it?
It has, like, new movie has lots of moments like that, but I'm just pointing out, you have the Halo jump, which is a great iconic scene in Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it's also the start of Godzilla King of Monsters, because as the movie opens the night of the incident in San Francisco, and you can see the Halo jump coming down from a different angle.
I didn't notice that until you just said it, because I know exactly what you're talking about, but I was never like, oh, that's the Halo jump scene. I fucking don't pay attention to much stuff, obviously. But yeah,
and you chose to become a critic.
Roger and Ebert just fucking ate popcorn and gave thumbs up or thumbs downs. Shut up, we give ghosts.
It's a much better system.
I talk about fuck, marry, kill. I'm good at this stuff, Bob.
I'm just saying, like, I've watched the movie a couple times. I plan to watch it a couple more times. There's a lot of effort that Michael Dougherty put into this.
Yeah, he obviously, like, that's really cool that he had that much love for the movie, that he wanted to, like, cover it from different aspects too. Oh, that's cool.
So you just got the opening, starts out with the Halo jump from the other angle, which made me smile, because you're like, oh, there's Ford Brody falling out of the sky.
Bye, Ford.
He's like, I'm gonna save Godzilla or die trying.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm curious what he was doing during the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters. We just, like, with his family, we were like, whoa, it sucks to be on the coast.
Good thing we moved to Montana. Honey, make me another beer.
But that made me, as long as we're going with moments, I quite enjoyed the first fight between Godzilla and Ghidorah.
Ooh, with the ice base.
When he comes out, Godzilla comes out, squares off. My favorite part of that is when Godzilla slides over and he falls into the crevice and you hear him screaming all the way down. He's like, ah! And then, like I say, there's a couple of moments between the humans and Ghidorah at that point, and Godzilla finally climbs all the way back up the hill, and Ghidorah's just like, I'm out, and flies away.
Bye! See you later, everybody.
Which brings in the Argo, their super plane.
Oh, yeah.
I love that super plane. I love the Argo because it's like, I'll explain why, okay?
Okay.
The Argo is just sci-fi enough to be like, this could exist.
Yeah.
It's just a large mobile command center. It's got a couple of missile launchers. It's not good.
No. But it's
their mobile command platform. It's, we can launch out helicarriers. It can do all this. It is pretty much a shout out to the Super X series in Godzilla.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I remember you saying that when we were coming.
We were like, oh my god, it's like the Super X. It's like a really bad Super X.
No, it's pretty cool. Like,
and any scene with it when it comes in for fire support against Ghidorah with all the fighters, like they're doing jack shit to him, but they're trying, and that makes you just like makes you root for him.
Yeah,
so it's the same thing when Godzilla does his display, his intimidation display at the base. Yeah. That's a great scene.
Ooh, yeah, when he's like he does that. Ooh, that makes no context, but he scurries. No, he swings his tail across.
No, he's putting out pulses.
Yeah,
as an intimidation display. He's getting closer and closer and closer, and then he stops, and everyone's just like, "Whew, it's over." I'm thinking, he's just sitting there watching you without doing pulses. Why would you think he's left? And sure enough, he comes and he just swims
really
right by.
Pass. I was just like,
another thing. If you're a fan, the weapons they had underwater were masers. If you're a Godzilla fan, you're like, they have masers. You're just like, yeah.
You just went from 6 to midnight.
Containment for Monarch. Monarch is really bad at containing monsters. They can't control Mutos. They can't control Mothra.
They're like, it's just a deterrent in case they want to get out, but we're not going to keep them in, if that makes any sense to you.
They're free to leave whenever they want.
They're like, are you fucking working for PETA?
Same thing. I quite enjoyed the first scene with Rodan, but I like a different part. I like Kyle Chandler in this movie when he turns to Serizawa and he's like, let's attack him. And they're like, why? It's like, let's lead him to Ghidorah.
The character is good. I just hate Michael Chandler's face. There's something about him. I'm like, I fucking could punch him.
That scene where they got 2 minutes to get to Ghidorah to lead him there. That is.
If they had Keanu Reeves playing him, praise the Lords.
Whoa.
10 out of 10 movie, best movie ever.
I quite enjoy that whole scene. And then same thing, trying to fix the helicarrier, drop a helicarrier, get him in. The human stuff, it's like an action adventure, and I love it.
It's good. I just hate Michael Chandler.
I like any scene with Admiral Stentz in it because he's great. He's like, I'm the reasonable authority figure, but I'm not an expert on monsters. Do you have anything you could tell me?
Yeah, what that guy said.
You're wrong. What do you mean?
Pardon me? I think I'm right, but I don't know.
Where's Fort Brody? I need some bombs disabled. I'm in Montana.
Drink a beer. Budweiser. King of Beer. We're going to steal that name. King of Monsters.
But, yeah. I love the scene in Washington when you realize...
Oh, Washington's underwater.
When you realize those destroyers are going through the streets, knocking over semis.
Yeah. And when, how fucking deep the White House is underwater, I was just like, whoa.
Because, we can talk about other things after, but basically the entire last part of the movie with the fight was interesting.
So good.
And Michael Dougherty's going on and on. So basically, it's implied that Mothra is, actually a goddess, as she is in the other series, beyond being just a giant monster, because when she reincarnates, it's implied she keeps her same memories.
That's fucking so badass. Mothra is just badass.
Godzilla's a nuclear dinosaur, but he's partnered with a literal god.
Yeah. So. I wonder how that works. If you can't see my hands right now, it's me doing, sex stuff.
How'd you like when Mothra messed up Rodan?
Ooh, with her fucking,
Stinger.
What ya?
She's like, hey, yeah, Richard Simmons.
Right, I told you guys, 100% Richard Simmons was going to be in here, and he just evolved to Mothra.
He was in the building next to Mothra, and he's like, just go, hey, yeah.
He was like, you can do it, girlfriend. Yeah.
She's like, well, I guess I'll listen to Richard Simmons.
When is it not a good idea to listen to Richard Simmons?
And then Godzilla going nuclear and having his pulses with Godzilla, with Mothra's
Mothra.
energy out there was pretty ballin'. But, and then smoking Ghidorah's head like a cigar.
Oh my god, that was great.
He's like, ha ha ha.
He's like, I just had a long day.
He's like, look at me, I'm vaping.
1 second, everybody. I need to get my smoking vest. He like grabs Mothra, wraps him around. Got it.
So, for a movie rating, I would give it a solid 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And if I shut my brain off, I'd probably give it 4.5 out of 5.
I'm right there with you. 4.
But if I'm going to analyze it critically and cruelly, I got to give it a 4. That's the thing is, the audience ratings for this movie are quite well, but the prepaid professional critics are like really, really, really low, which makes me wonder about, collusion and interference.
That's you, Disney.
Oh! But,
That's it. Wake him up. Wake him up. We're bringing back Walt. Everybody get down.
Before we get
Walt's
into
coming
this,
back.
even without the assistance of a literal goddess, how is this monkey supposed to beat, the king of the monsters?
You don't need to ask. You're just going to find out, okay? Like I said, they're going to do fucking Batman versus Superman. And I don't know.
Mothra, why did you say that name?
That's my lady, too. And they're like, oh, no, we've been banging the same broad. And they're like, who went first? They're like, ugh. You mean I haven't got sloppy seconds for like the last 200 years? Anyways.
Godzilla is old. Oh, but that's the thing that makes me laugh. So, yeah, it's like pretty much canon. The only reason Godzilla was able to force Ghidorah into the ice is because it was him and Mothra without any interference. That's why Ghidorah got Rodan right off the bat.
Oh.
He's like, I got it this time. If I can keep that moth occupied, I can deal with this much fatter, much older Godzilla. Like in his prime, he was a little stronger, but now he's old and fat.
He hasn't been going to the YMCA, I see.
And then he turns over and Godzilla's burning everything around him, and he's like, what the fuck?
Godzilla's just like, I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you
I'm
out.
just saying, like, if we had burning legendary Godzilla versus King Kong would just have to, like, run away or he'd get lit on fire.
If Mecha Godzilla ever comes, I want him to be, like, I want him to have boomboxes on his back and to be voiced by LL Cool J.
And have a backwards hat.
Oh, or a headband. I don't care which one.
I have an unrelated anecdote to end this episode on.
Okay, unrelated.
So, the new Godzilla ride is out at Universal Studios. It's Godzilla versus Evangelion.
Ooh.
They got some interesting merchandise for it. I'm kind of like, I want to get to Osaka. But,
Next year.
the person reviewing it, this is a professional person, like,
Yeah.
they review things. They said, and they got this popcorn basket, which combines features of Godzilla and the Evas in a unique combination. And I was like, what are you, stupid? That's clearly Kiryu in Unit 1 colors. That's not Godzilla. That's Mechagodzilla 3.
Jesus Christ.
Like, what are you,
fucking
stupid? And that's when I realized that I was probably a nerd.
And that's when Walt Disney came out and he's like, that's it! We're gonna kill all the kids at the theme parks! All the kids! We own Universal, right? Sir?
But yeah, let's we'll get more into it. We'll talk more. There's another Godzilla movie coming out the next year, 2020.
That's right. My boy. My baby boy's in it.
Your monkey's getting smoked.
Bob's gonna beat my monkey.
Now your monkey, he's gonna like jump up, and Godzilla's gonna wrap him up in a big leaf, and he's gonna light Kong's head. And he's gonna smoke him like a cigar.
Is he gonna get high from it?
Probably.
That's right. You heard it here first, folks. Continuity is gonna happen.
He's gonna turn Kong into monkey bread.
You're so mean. Mothra.
Mothra will be like, no, don't beat up Kong. He's a stupid little boy. Kong will be like, I'm gonna knock you out.
She's like, look it, I can scratch my own armpit.
Because I'll just kick him in the face.
I don't know. It's gonna be cool. Kong's gonna climb him. I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say he's gonna climb him like your mom climbs your dad. But On a better note,
Godzilla just like bend over and Kong will cut his hand on his back spine. You'd be like, ah, and you run away.
ouch. So, anyway.
Godzilla will just grab 2 helicopters and use them as guns and shoot Kong.
No, you know what Godzilla or King Kong has that Godzilla doesn't? Samuel L. Jackson.
He killed Samuel L. Jackson.
He fucking absorbed him. What movie are you watching, Bob? It's like we're on a whole nother level with you.
Yeah, pretty much. But as Scott needs to go and feed his monkey bread to his children.
Yes.
This has been Bob of the BNS Awesome Podcast. We'll get into this more later.
Yes, and Scott of the BNS Awesome Podcast. Also, upcoming news stickers. Coming soon. I don't know if we're going to sell them or not, though. Boy. Well, thanks for listening to another episode of the BNS Awesome Podcast. We can be reached on Twitter at BNS Awesome Pod. We can also be reached at our email account, bnsawesomepodcast@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram, the BNS Awesome Podcast. You can also get the podcast on YouTube. Just search up the BNS Awesome Podcast. We are also on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and pretty much anywhere else you can get your podcast at.